Hi everyone, this is Sangeeta working as assistant professor at IoT department. Now we're going to discuss about TCP protocol. So with the previous class session, we discussed about UDP protocol, which is what kind of protocol available in transport layer, which is connectionless and also unreliable protocol. Now we're going to discuss about the TCP. So it is another kind of service, a connection-oriented service, which is called transmission control protocol. This is a connection-oriented because first, before the transmission of data, it first create a virtual connection between two TCPs. And after that it send the data. In addition, TCP support a lot of responsibilities like flow and error control. So let me discuss a well-known ports used with TCP protocols are listed here. So 7 here is the same thing like UDP. 7 is for echo, 9 is for Discord, and 111 for remote procedure call, and 79 is for finger application, and 16.7 for bootstrap protocol, and for mail transfer 25. So, which are all the applications will preferred TCP means which one expecting the reliability, those kind of protocols will use TCP because if you are sending 1,000 or 500 number of pages as a document, while transmission is there any failure occurs, so we cannot resend it again. So first of all, we have to create a virtual connection between source and send receiver. After that, only the data transmission takes place by one. After the end of the transmission, only the connection will be released on both the end. So here, it's the support the connection oriented. So it support the stream oriented data transmission level, which means that byte data transmission from sending device to the receiving device. So the data will be transferred in the form of stream of bytes. So likewise, here each sender and receiver maintain a separate queue to store the packets which is going to send. So if already acknowledgement sent are received from the removed from the buffer and the waiting for acknowledgement are still in the buffer. So likewise, the both sending and receiving machine will maintain a separate queue to store the incoming and outgoing packets. So the byte of data being transferred in regards are numbered by TCP. So with the help of the sequence number, the incoming and outgoing packets are numbered. So with the help of that, we could easily identify which packet is sent and received. And it shows that say sequence number 1 indicates like a 10,001, ranges from 10,001 to 11,000 means. So we can transmit the 1,000 number of data, 1,000 bits of data in segment 1, likewise the segment 2 and segment 3 and segment 4. So the value in the sequence number field is representing the sequence number what we say, and corresponding acknowledgement will have in a next incoming, it expecting next incoming datagram packet. Then this is the header format of TCP. In UDP, only 4 fields are there: user port, service port number, destination port number, and checksum and total length. But in TCP, it's a connection-oriented service which have the following field to header and data. It's also having source port address and destination port address, and their total length and checksum is there. Here there's the acknowledgement and sequence number and acknowledgement will be added. So both are 32 bits. And also, in additionally, header length information will use bit reserved of 6 bit is also used. So having a flag bits like origin pointer, acknowledgement, push, finish, reset, synchronization. These kind of commands will be used at the TCP flag field, and the buffer window size will be represented by the 16-bit. Here also the checksum will be added for error reduction, and urgent pointer will use, and remaining is for option padding. So as like yes, in UDP only 4 fields are there, but in TCP there are several fields to indicate the type of flag of data transmission, whether the connection is establishment stage or synchronization or the acknowledgement or reset or urgent pointer, and these things are finish, connection close purpose. So these things will be represented. The control fields are urgent pointer is valid means if the particular field is enabled. Likewise, other fields are enabled while transmitting the TCP packet. And urgent pointer which means that the value of the urgent pointer is valid if it is enabled. Acknowledgement means it also represents the type of acknowledgement where value indicates the acknowledgement field is enabled or valid one. And for push data transmission, the field is enabled by one, which means that is the pushing of the data. And for reset the connection, RST will be enabled, and likewise synchronization and finish will be utilized. So the connection-oriented protocol, when the data transmission looks like a three-way handshaking procedure. Before transmitting the data, first the connection will be established on both ends. After that, only the data transmission will takes place. So likewise, the data will be transferred. So the segment only carry the cannot carry the data, but it contains only the sequence number in the field. Then the acknowledgement and synchronization cannot carry out but it is also consuming a sequence number. Then the acknowledgement consumes no sequence number. The particular acknowledgement will have while sending a synchronization, the data transmission first connection is to set up, then after data transfer, finally data termination. So this kind of scenario is called three-way handshaking scenario. So whenever the kind of application is enabled, so while synchronization connection establishment stage and the six-bit flag A and F will be enabled. Likewise, while sending an acknowledgement, A and S will be enabled. In that data transfer field, after enabling of the connection data transfer will be occur. So in that data transfer, push will be used to indicate the data transmission. So the acknowledgement is +1, which is expecting the next packet to transmit. So likewise, after data transmission, the connection close will be used. So when the client only initiate the connection close, so the active close takes place on here. Then the server side, the connection will be closed by after closing of say client. So this kind of scenarios connection um, close. So when the client closes the connection until he send an acknowledgement, the receiver is still alive to receive the packet. That kind of close is called active close. The sliding window will maintain the packets which are all sent and which are all acknowledged likewise. So based on that, only the acknowledgement and successfully sent means those packets are removed from the buffer. Otherwise, the packets are stored in the header information. Okay, thank you.